Okay, let's begin. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gary Witherspoon, Deputy Project Director for Public Outreach for the Purple Line. On behalf of Governor Westmore, Transportation Secretary Paul Wiedefeld, and Maryland Transit Administration Administrator Holly Arnold, welcome to the 11th Community Advisory Team meeting for the Silver Spring area. This meeting is being recorded, so you'll be able to find this evening's presentation later on our website, purplelinemd.com, along with responses to questions we will answer tonight and those we could either not answer or could not get to. As a courtesy, we are continuing to host these meetings online for the time being. Please bear with us. As with any virtual presentation, we cannot guarantee there will be no technical glitches. However, we will do our best to make the presentation run smoothly. And again, not to worry, this evening's presentation is being recorded. So in a few days, you'll be able to find it posted on our website, purplelinemd.com. Please mute your microphones and keep your cameras off until after the presentation. And please mute your telephones. For those who would like a live translation, the Teams format can translate this evening's comments into a number of languages, including Spanish, Arabic, Chinese, French, and many others. Instructions for seeing live translations are being placed in the chat area of the meeting. Our translator, MTS Outreach Liaison Catherine Webb, will now relay that information in Spanish.
Buenas noches y bienvenidos. Para aquellos que deseen una traducción en vivo, Teams puede traducir los comentarios de esta tarde a varios idiomas, incluyendo español, árabe, chino, francés y muchos más. Las instrucciones para ver las traducciones en vivo se están colocando en el área de chat de esta reunión. Back to you, Gary.
Gracias. Tonight, we are joined by MTA Project Director Ray Biggs II, Doran Basso, the CEO of the concessionaire Purple Line Transit Partners, Hugo Fontourage, Project Executive for Maryland Transit Solutions, also known as MTS, the project's builder, Julio Velez, the construction manager for MTS, and Carla Julian, the MTS stakeholder manager. Collectively, they'll provide an update on the project status, give us a look at the project timeline, provide a construction update during which they'll discuss work completed. We'll show you some progress photos, tell you about upcoming work, talk about community engagement, and we'll take questions, first from CAT members and then from everyone else. Please hold all questions until after the presentation. And we ask that you limit questions or comments to 1 minute. Tonight, we'll cover the segment of the Purple Line that includes the following stations: Silver Spring Transit Center, Silver Spring Library, and Dale Drive. We're excited to share with you a new rendering that accurately depicts the Dale Drive station. This is a center platform station that will be outside Silver Spring International Middle School on Wayne Avenue. The project will enhance pedestrian safety around each station with ADA-compliant crosswalks and upgraded signals to include pedestrian countdowns to safely cross Wayne Avenue and Dale Drive. You'll see the embedded rail in the 2 lanes nearest the middle of the roadway, as the light rail vehicle will share the road with vehicular traffic. Now, here's Ray Biggs. And again, please stay muted and hold all questions until after the presentation.
Thank you, Gary. So good evening, everyone. We will begin this CAT meeting with a fall 2023 update video. am sitting here at one of the many businesses that will benefit from the Purple Line, directly across the street from the new Riverdale North UMD station. This will be the first complete station. As we near the end of 2023, the nearly 1,000 workers building the Purple Line is making measurable progress along the alignment. Another significant improvement is the new stormwater management system. This includes miles of new pipes ranging from 12 inches to over 72 inches in diameter. More than 53% of this new pipework is now complete. Along with concrete pipes, our teams have installed over 20,000 square feet of underground sand filters, retention ponds, and planter boxes, all important parts of the new stormwater drainage system. These critical environmental upgrades may not be visible above ground, but must be completed before tracks are added. In Bethesda, work connecting the elevator to Metro's Red Line has reached the bottom of the shaft, and teams have started excavating horizontally to create the cavern. The Elm Street pedestrian path across the alignment, as well as another half a dozen bridges and underpasses, will serve the new and improved Capitol Crescent Trail. Concrete placement of the historic Talbot Avenue Bridge occurred in early 2023, along with necessary road improvements, making it possible to open the road this year. Concrete for the elevated Silver Spring Station and the elevated Kenilworth Riverdale Station are complete, and crews are hard at work on the utilities and other advanced station elements. And speaking of stations, more than half of Purple Line stations are currently under construction, with structural canopies installed at Riverdale Park North UMD. Canopies provide an exciting glimpse of how Purple Line stations will look. During the summer break at the University of Maryland, crews accomplished a tremendous amount of work, completing drainage, roads, and tracks. Over 1,500 linear feet of track is now in place on campus as part of the 5 future stations servicing the University of Maryland. Along Veterans Parkway, our Glen Ridge Operation and Maintenance Facility is fully operational, with yard utilities and specialty track installation underway. Purple Line light rail vehicles are scheduled for delivery here in early 2024. Thanks for watching our progress update video for the Purple Line. You can get key information and updates at purplelinemd.com.
All right, as you can see, we are busy. The project is more than 58% complete. If you didn't know, we have more than 60 active construction sites across the alignment. And in the video, I said we had almost 1,000 workers. Now we are more than 1,100 workers across the alignment. So there's much construction going on along the Purple Line to date. Next slide. One of the key facts and stats that are going on is that we have 98% of the underground utility relocations that are complete. This includes water, which is 98% complete, sewer, 95% complete, gas, 99% complete, which is a major overhaul because utilities are a major part of the project, which are some of the things that you don't see getting done, which are all underground, which then allows us to start installing the track, which you'll begin to see a lot more of that as construction continues. Next slide. One other thing that I mentioned in the video also is that we've installed more than half of the overhead catenary pole foundations along the alignment. That is what will help to provide power for the Purple Line. And you'll see those all along the alignment, and that is a big accomplishment as we continue to move forward with construction. Next slide. And then supplying that power for the catenaries, the 3 out of the 10 traction power substations have been installed along the Purple Line. So that is, again, some significant progress that you can visually see along the project. And one of the first station canopies were installed at Riverdale Park North UMD station. That is right off Kenilworth in Riverdale. And that is a major accomplishment because it gives you a visual representation of what the Purple Line looks like and will look like when we open up for revenue service. And as we mentioned, 26 of the 28 light rail vehicles are complete and ready for delivery. And we are looking forward to receiving those in early 2024. The Glen Ridge Operation and Maintenance Facility off Veterans Parkway is where we will begin to receive those vehicles next year. And one of the major things that we are really proud of is that we have 11 of the 21 stations under construction. A few slides back, I showed you the one at Riverdale North UMD station that showed what a station will look like with the canopies installed. So you will start to see a lot of this, and tonight we'll explain a lot about the Silver Spring station, as you can see in the picture here, and all the progress and the construction that is happening over there on the project. All right, now we'll turn it over to Doran, who will provide a project timeline update for us. Doran?
Thanks, Ray. Well, as you can see here, this summer, the project went before the Maryland Board of Public Works for approval to extend the contractual deadline to spring of 2027 for passenger service. This change reflects the ongoing utility relocation activities, completing construction in a dense urban environment, and the unique challenges of the Purple Line project. So let's walk through where we are headed, big picture over the next few years with the Purple Line. You'll see that this winter or early 2024, we will hopefully get to see those light rail vehicles here, as Ray mentioned, in the Glen Ridge Operations and Maintenance Facility. In summer 2025, we're scheduled to complete the test track with system-wide testing scheduled to begin later that winter. Our teams are all working hard toward the start of passenger service in spring 2027. So for more details on construction, I'll turn it over to Julio.
Good evening, guys. I'm Julio Velez. I'm the construction manager for MTS. I'm just going to give you a quick update on the Silver Spring Transit Center and the work happening down Bonaparte and Segment 3, which is what we call it, down Wayne Avenue. In the Transit Center, we're going to talk about three major elements of work. We're going to talk about the Colesville Road flyover work, which is what you see in that red box, which is the Purple Line bridge over the existing CSX and WMATA rail lines. We're also going to talk about the Silver Spring Station, which you've seen a couple of photos already on it. Give you a quick status update on the station, and you're also going to see us give you a quick update on the mezzanine, which the mezzanine will serve as the connecting structure to be able to provide access between Purple Line Station and the actual Red Line Station on the MARC platform. So we'll show you some progress on that. Here you can see a photo of us working on the flyover, which we call the Silver Spring flyover over Colesville Road. So the bridge is well on its way. We've already completed decks. The slide says 5 through 8, but we have just recently completed the placement of deck 4 also. So 4 through 8 have now been placed and are ongoing right now. So and in the future, the upcoming work, we're going to continue building this bridge over Colesville Road. We have another 4 more spans to complete, and we'll continue that work for the next foreseeable future. Here you see a photo of the actual placement of the Silver Spring Station work. As of right now, we've completed all the concrete within the station limits. And right now we are well on our way on building and outfitting this construction for the station. So we've begun the construction of the elevator, the stair access, which will eventually provide access between, like I said before, the Purple Line and the actual mezzanine through the transit center. On the mezzanine, which is the structure that will provide access from the Red Line to Purple Line, we have now established our work zone within the Metro North Station platform. You can see that in the photo in the background between the gray walls. We've already constructed a new ADA access route that will allow us to demolish the existing MARC access platform bridge from Ripley Street. So that's been completed. And as of right now, if you go out there today, the demolition of the MARC platform bridge has been completed. So in the future, we're going to continue on performing the demolition work within the Metro platform to accommodate the construction of the mezzanine, and we'll begin the foundation work for the mezzanine within the MARC station platform. Here's a rendering of what the mezzanine will actually look like. So you'll see it'll connect the Metro platform to the MARC platform, and then eventually into the Silver Spring Transit Center for your benefit. This is the routing that was implemented. This rerouting was for the pedestrian detours. We implemented this some time ago, and it allowed us to perform the demolition of the MARC platform bridge. This now provides access from Ripley Street. All the detour signs are posted, so just be aware that this will be an ongoing detour for the next foreseeable future. So all the MARC riders should plan on taking an additional couple of minutes to get to their location. Down the work on Bonifant, we have been working on utility work underground, like Ray had said before. So a lot of that work is hard to see, but we are continuing on completing the power relocations within Bonifant. Up and coming, as soon as the power work and utility work is completed, we will continue to start working on storm drain. We will also continue on the installation of the overhead catenary system, pole foundations, and then there will also be some up and coming work within the Georgia Avenue, which will start the traffic signal work, which will allow us to work within the Georgia Avenue intersection. On the Bonifant East, we have begun storm drain installation. We have already begun the catenary system pole foundations, and soon to come we'll continue working on the storm drain. We're going to continue working on completion of the catenary system pole foundations, and we're also going to start the installation of all the underground track systems, which will provide power to the track. Within the actual Silver Spring Library, we have already completed all the excavation required to construct the station. We've begun installing the underground track systems. We've already completed the storm drain installation within the station platform, and we're well on our way constructing the station platform foundation. So over the next foreseeable future, we will continue working on the station platform, complete all the underground track systems, and get this area ready for track installation. On Wayne Avenue, there's two major segments of work down Wayne Avenue. This one that we're going to talk about first is between Fenton and Dale. So between Fenton and Dale, we've already replaced the signal at Dale Drive and Wayne Avenue. The sewer work between Springvale and Dale have been completed. We will now continue working on the sewer work between Springvale and Fenton. And also within this area, we've begun the construction of the walls, which will eventually allow us to complete the road widening. We are working on the storm drain installation, and we've also started the installation of the overhead catenary system from Dale to Fenton. In the upcoming months, we will continue working on storm drain. We will continue working on the sewer work, and we will start with the final reconstruction of the new location of the curbs and new sidewalks with down between Dale and Fenton. Within the Silver Spring International Middle School, we had a very, very busy summer as we had to complete a significant amount of work. So we have completed the reconstruction and paving of the school parking lots. We've completed within the parking lot locations all the storm drain, and we have begun the retaining wall around the future traction power substation site. So it was a very successful summer being able to complete this without impacting the school. We will continue working on completing the retaining wall. We will also continue working on the foundations for the future traction power substation, and eventually all the utilities that feed the traction power substation. On Wayne Avenue between Dale Drive and Sligo, we've been working on the storm drain installation, and we've also been installing a major underground sand filter, which you can see a photo of. And we've also began all the wall construction between Dale and Sligo. So in the foreseeable future, you will also see us complete all the overhead catenary system pole foundations, and we'll eventually pave the way to construct the new sidewalks and curb. And just for everyone's benefit, what is an underground sand filter? Well, basically, the sand filter captures all the storm water. It filters out all the debris. It controls all the storm surges as clean water is then released in a uniform fashion onto Sligo Creek. These are all made out of precast. They are then buried, and it allows the water to flow through. This was a pretty major underground sand filter. We've been able to over 4,600 feet in size was this actual sand filter. Also, we've been working on the Wayne Avenue Bridge. So half of the bridge has been demolished. So we've completed the north side of the demolition of the bridge. We are now working on completing the stormwater outfall, and we will continue working on the Sligo Creek embankment improvements, which will pave the way for the construction of the new bridge. So up and coming, we will continue with the construction of the new bridge abutment and piers, and then we'll continue working on building the bridge beams and the deck. From Sligo towards the Plymouth Tunnel, we have completed the sewer relocation in this area. We are working on the storm drain installation as we speak. And in the foreseeable future, we will continue working on the storm drain. We will also be installing the overhead catenary system pole foundations within this area, and that will then pave the way for us to reconstruct the new sidewalks and curbing within this phase. And then eventually that'll pave the way to start installing the underground track work systems in preparation for track installation. There are many pedestrian detours, so what to expect? The sidewalks along Wayne Avenue between Fenton Street and Sligo Creek Parkway will be impacted by construction activities for the next year. But our requirement is that one sidewalk must remain open at all times. So pedestrians should follow all the posted signage and cross at the nearest crosswalk. We do have flaggers that will be present to support vehicular and pedestrian movement around the work zones when needed. But this is very important as there is significant amount of detours that are required in order to facilitate the purple line construction. Future detours and what to expect. So on Wayne Avenue, there will be a traffic switch. The traffic is reduced to one lane in each direction from Fenton Street to Sligo Creek Parkway, and there will be no left-hand turn eastbound from Wayne Avenue onto Sligo Creek Parkway. Sligo Creek Trail pedestrian detour. The pedestrians are using the Sligo Creek Trail will be detoured along Wayne Avenue around the established work zone, which has already been delineated to keep all of the pedestrians out of the work zones. In East Wayne Avenue traffic switch, work zones on the north side of Wayne Avenue will be established. There'll be one lane in each direction. Will be maintained on the south side for westbound and eastbound traffic. Pedestrians will be detoured to the south side of the East Wayne Avenue between Manchester Place and Sligo Creek Parkway. This traffic pattern will be in place for approximately 1 year. And that's a quick update on construction within this area. And now I'll pass it over to Carl.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all having a great day. So if we can move to the next slide, I will give us a little update on everything that we have been doing. We are working diligently to make sure pathways to Sligo Creek Elementary
Can you guys hear and see me? Yes? Okay. Sorry, we're all sitting in the same room. We've been working closely with Montgomery County Public Schools with flyers to share in advance to help students understand how to best and safely get to those schools. So all of you that are parents out there, thank you for working with us. Thanks to Gary and MTA for doing all the safety updates at the school. I think everybody had a good time doing that. So next slide. Again, we just really want to remind you as you are traversing as a pedestrian on your bike, in your car, stay off text. Make sure that you are, in the driver's eyesight and just be alert as you're traversing through the construction site. There's a lot going on with the traveling public and with construction. Next slide. Again, just a friendly reminder of our maintenance of traffic. We do have a lot of barrels. We have got cones. We've got plates on the road. There are notices going out for the lane closure. If you're not signed up for those, you can certainly do that. That will be on a slide that's coming up. If you see flaggers, just please stay alert so that you can stay safe as you're traveling through the communities where we're doing construction. As I mentioned, here we go. This is how to get in touch with us. If you have not signed up for those notifications, you can do that at purplelinemd.com. These are our outreach emails and hotline. And if you are a member of the media, please reach out to the media at Purple Line MD if you have any needs, questions, want to schedule an interview. And then obviously you can follow us on social media for updates as well. And now I will turn it back over to Doran to talk about something very new and exciting coming up. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Carla. Well, we are excited to launch our Purple Line Beyond the Rails Community Grant Program. We were inspired to create Beyond the Rails by the countless number of groups along the Purple Line corridor really doing amazing work to improve the lives of local residents. And as long-term members of the community ourselves, the goal of our grant program is to provide funding that can help these worthy groups achieve their goals. So our deadline for the first 6 grants is to take in applications by November 30th, and we'll award those grants soon thereafter. Going forward, we'll accept grant applications whenever they come in, and plan to issue 6 grants every half year. So we invite as many local community groups as possible to apply for our grants, and all the information is at the address shown below, including a link to fill in an application right there on the web. We're proud to take the step to give back to the community and help the Purple Line corridor thrive. So with that positive note, I'll hand it back to Gary.
Thank you, Doran. That concludes our formal presentation. Before we continue, I'd like to acknowledge our local elected officials. I see that Delegate Laura Charkoudian has checked in. Are there any other elected officials who would like to be acknowledged? Please raise your hand. You'll have a chance, if you aren't acknowledged now, to speak later. But for now, before we open the meeting to live questions, Carla will address questions we received in advance of the meeting.
All right. So the first question that we received is, when will the Fenton Street Wayne Avenue intersection be closed? How long and how much lead time will the community receive before it is closed? So Fenton Street Wayne Avenue intersection will not be closed within the next 6 months. Currently, we're still planning all of that out, so we can't say an exact timeline for when this intersection will be closed, but at minimum, we'll give you guys 30 days notice before that closure occurs. And so you will have a heads up. Make sure you sign up for those notifications so you can get that. Next question. What is the protocol for notification when turning off the water, the power, and networks in the area near the Silver Spring Library building during Purple Line construction process? If the work is being performed by the utility owner will reach out to their customers regarding the service shutoff. If we are performing the work as MTS, you will get notifications regarding service shutoff, and those will be distributed with a minimum of 48 hours ahead of the planned shutoff. The exception to this is an emergency utility strike that may require temporary service shutdown while the area is being secured and repaired. Next question, who does the public notice for street closures, utility work, or other disruptions? Can they notify interested parties, branch managers, and the rest of the library community as early as possible? We, Maryland Transit Solutions, the contractor, are responsible for these types of notifications sent out via the public notification system. Interested parties, branch managers, and the library community can sign up for those notifications on our website at purplelinemd.com. The Chevy Chase Library and the Morella Library are off the Purple Line alignment, and so those will not be impacted by construction from our project. And next question, when will the tracks be laid along the course of the Purple Line, and how will that impact road closures and access to library buildings? The tracks will not be laid in this area within the next 6 months. Any necessary road closures or impacts will not occur until the 30-day notification requirement has been met, and access to the library will be maintained at all times. Next question. What are the phases of the Purple Line construction in the Silver Spring area, and how far has that construction already progressed? There's 3 major phases of construction, and we are currently in phase 1. The project is nearly 58% complete. Final question. Putting up notes or paper notices is not sufficient for public buildings. Is there a way that interested parties might get construction updates with hyper-local focus? An example might be, starting next Monday morning, we will be jackhammering the sidewalk on the north side of the building to access utilities. So community members can sign up for construction notifications on our website at purplelinemd.com. These are localized updates that inform community of upcoming and ongoing construction in their area. We also distribute a monthly update for a more succinct summary of this and the next month's construction. Okay, with that, I'll turn it back over to Gary.
Thank you, Carla. We now invite CAP members to ask questions. Please raise your hand using the icon atop the screen, and you will be acknowledged. You can also type questions in the chat section. Again, we ask that you limit your questions or comments to a minute. If your question is not addressed tonight, don't worry. All questions will be addressed later in a question and response posting on the website. Similar questions will be combined, so you may not see your question posted verbatim. Additionally, we will accept questions for a week until October 17th at outreach@propylinemd.com. That's outreach@propylinemd.com. All right. Let's see who's got some questions. Question from Stephanie Helsing. When will Wayne Avenue traffic shift take place?
Let's have Julio. Julio, would you be able to take that question?
Julio
for us?
just stepped away for just 1 second, guys, so he's coming right back.
Let's
Okay,
come back
David
to that
Mayer
question.
asked, when would it be possible to would it be possible to share the presentation afterwards? We will share the presentation on our website in a few days. We have to collect the recording, and then we can post the entire presentation along with the recording. So look for us online in a few days. That's propylinemd.com. Okay, other questions, please raise your hands. All righty, I see a hand raised. Okay, Aaron Johansson.
Yeah, hi, Gary, and thank you for all your responsiveness for my issues. I live on Wayne Avenue, and because of all of the closures of sidewalks on both sides of Wayne over the last couple years, we've really needed to use that crosswalk at Springville and Wayne, and drivers unfortunately are continuing not to stop for people in the crosswalk. And despite Gary adding flags and other things. So I just wonder if there's something else that we could be adding, cones in the center of Wayne, or something else just to slow drivers down and get them to be aware of the crosswalk at Wayne and Springville. And my other concern too is there's a section of Wayne between Dale as it curves down towards Sligo Creek, where the sidewalk is very narrow and the road is very narrow and curvy, and I just worry about pedestrians along that stretch of Wayne, and if there's anything that can, to mitigate the traffic issues there. Thank you.
Hi, guys, this is Carla. I think we can look into that for sure. We may need to have some side conversations with SHA to see what we can do within those restrictions and requirements that they have. So I hear you loud and clear. Let us look at that, and we're going to come back with some more information.
Thanks, Carla. Also, just props. The construction workers have been awesome, super friendly to those of us on Wayne, really helpful. So just if you can share that back with us.
Thank you so much. So happy to hear that.
Okay, Lene.
Hi, everyone. My question is the grant that we were talking about, that is 6 times in a year, if I'm correct, right? I wanted to know, how did you come up with the decision between $1,000, $3,000? Are there any research that has been done to pay rents and things like that? What kind of research that you guys did to really support the small businesses that has been, especially on Bonifant Street? How do you make a decision between $1,000 and $3,000?
Thanks. I think when it comes to businesses, there are state and local programs for businesses. And we felt some of our project partners, like the state of Maryland, was addressing that. And so this is more for community groups and nonprofits.
Okay. Okay,
to
sorry.
take on small improvement projects.
All righty. Thank you. My fault.
No problem.
Okay, is Julio back with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Question is, when will the Wayne Avenue shift take place?
We are currently in an MOT shift right now, and that'll be going on for the next foreseeable future. Once we have completed the storm drain and the OCS foundations within this phase, we'll move on to the next phase, but it will not happen in the near future.
Okay, Webb Smedley wants to know, when will the north end of Colesville flyover be connected to grade at the Falkland Apartments?
So we're currently in the design phase right now of coordination between us and the railroad, adjacent railroad, to make sure all our work plans are approved to construct that MSE wall. But our hopes is that over the next 2 months or so, we will be in a position where we would have all the approvals to be able to start construction of that wall.
Okay, Jerry Withers would like to know about the timing of track infrastructure or track placement from Silver Spring Station to Dale Drive.
That is not until phase 3 for our work. We have to complete the work on phase 1 and phase 2. So until we have completed the road widening, we will not be able to get to this track tip, and it's not in the foreseeable future.
And just a reminder, we are looking ahead 6 months for this specific meeting. So we will have other opportunities at other CAP meetings, and we'll give you updates on how that work's going to progress as well.
Okay. Hector Chang asks, is there a way to get the crosswalk at Georgia at Bonifant reinstated? I understand that the light was taken out at the intersection to prevent turning traffic, but people are still crossing there.
Unfortunately, we've been looking into this, and we don't believe that that is a viable option at this time.
Okay, and Stephanie Helsing, do you foresee any challenges to the work being done at the Silver Spring Metro Center, given the prior construction issues with that project?
That would be unrelated, so we don't anticipate having any of those types of challenges. Different project, different issues.
Carolina wants to know who she can contact if there are any issues inside her house as a result of the outside construction work. You can also always call or contact us at Outreach. Our email address is outreach@purplelinemd.com. We'll put that in the chat, outreach@purplelinemd.com. She also asks if you can contact someone to learn exactly when there will be construction outside of your house and the details. If you haven't already, you should sign up for alerts through our website, purplelinemd.com. You can specify which community you want alerts on. You can receive them via email or text. So please check our website and sign up for alerts if you haven't already. A similar question. Is there a way to be notified when works are scheduled to start at specific properties on Wayne Avenue, both for the drainage systems as well as the pavement realignment? Yes, essentially the same response. Please check our website and sign up for alerts. You will receive them via email or text, depending on which venue you choose. But we do send them out on a regular basis and in advance of work.
And Gary, I'll just add to that, if there's something specifically that you're concerned about at your property, definitely shoot an email to that outreach@purplelinemd, and we can take a look at the property. If there's specific impacts to you, we can kind of anticipate what that's going to be and answer any questions you have directly based on your property. And I can take a lead on that.
And Melanie Miller asks, is there additional noisy work anticipated for the Colesville Road flyover?
For the, we will continue building the bridge. Any of the work that will impact the actual Colesville Road will be performed during nightly closures. But in terms of noise work, we will just basically be installing what we call SIP, which is the metal decking. That's the bottom side of the concrete, and rebar and placement of concrete. So those should not be noisy activities for the foreseeable future.
Okay, Melvin Toll has a question. Melvin, if you'll unmute yourself, you can ask your question.
Good, thank you. Now that the catenary pole foundations have been installed along Bonifant Street, it's given a lot better idea of what the location will be. And imagination can give us a good idea of what the poles will be. But one factor that I know is going to happen is as soon as the poles go up, pedestrians are going to come along and decorate them with graffiti and stickers and sign posters and that sort of thing. And you're the construction guys, the actual operations people who will keep them clean won't come on for a while. Can you leave them in bubble wrap for a while and so, just so they'll be protected?
Yeah, obviously we have to provide a not only a clean and final product, but some of these paints will also be outfitted with anti-graffiti to help with some of that. So we will definitely look at all means of being able to minimize vandalism so that the purple line is delivered in pristine condition.
So once they're installed, you'll be the guys to call. Great, thank you.
Yes, yes.
Okay, other questions? Are there other questions? Please raise your hand. There you go. Delegate Charkoudian.
Thank you. I just trying to make my camera work here, but I can't tell if it is or not. I just wanted to,
We can see you.
There we go. Hi. Good to see everyone. Thank you. I just wanted to come back to this section of Wayne and the sidewalk that we've discussed on multiple occasions, and I have been out of town, so if there's a new solution, I haven't seen it yet. It's on my running route, so I've been looking at it every few days. I know that there was efforts to raise the sidewalk further towards the school, but the section of the sidewalk that's essentially even with the street that's closer to Sligo Creek still was not addressed as of a few days ago. So I'm wondering, maybe it's been addressed now and it's either been raised or there's cones there, but if it hasn't, I'm just wondering if you can tell us what the plan is for that.
Yeah, we will definitely look into that. Our team had been out there checking the sidewalks. I know there was also another question about the width of this sidewalk that was also concerning. So we're going to look into both of these to make sure that it's got the proper height and the proper width. Right now, we'll have to get back to you to make sure that it's 100% compliant.
Sorry, can I just follow up? I'm not sure who this, my computer's doing funny things, so I actually couldn't see who was just talking a second ago. I apologize. Is that?
It's Julio Velez, but we're using my computer. This is Carla.
Gotcha. Okay. So Julio, thank you for that. I'm not sure if you were there. We've been walking this area now since the first day of school, which is over a month ago. Doran's been in these conversations and Ray, Carla's been in some of them. So it's not that I'm not sure that anyone needs to look at anything else. We've brought SHA in, we've had SHA weigh in on it. There's multiple emails related to this. Communities asked for solutions. Myself and council member Kate Stewart have been asking for solutions. And again, unless it's been fixed in the last week, which is possible because I have not been by there in the last week, then it's something that is very much on everyone's radar and everyone's really clear about what the problem is. And we're still trying, we're still waiting for an actual safe solution for the people who walk to school there.
And Delegate Charkoudian, thank you for that. I too just returned back to work. So let us get back to you this week just to make sure we follow through on everything that we spoke about over the last couple of weeks in that area, because as mentioned and discussed, safety is the priority, and we want to ensure that those routes are safe for all of the kids and students as they go to school and all of the residents as they travel along the sidewalks.
Okay, Caroline followed up and said she may have missed it, but what's the current projected date for opening of the project? And yes, we did address that. The current projected date is spring of 2027.
1 second, Gary. I think Delegate Charkoudian wasn't finished.
Okay.
Delegate Charkoudian, I just wanted to make sure that we addressed everything for you.
Sorry, yeah, no, I mean, my concern is that we've been having this conversation for over a month, and unless someone is going to tell me that it's been changed since a week ago, I continue to hear from constituents about their concerns about the safety of their children on that section, and so I think it still is an issue, and so I'm just looking for resolution that actually keeps people safe in the community, because kids have been walking now for over 30 days, or during the week, what's that, 24 days on that section.
Yeah, so let us get an answer back to you tomorrow, just to verify that different things have been addressed.
Okay.
All right. Lene asks, is there any new signage that says Bonifant Street businesses are open?
I don't think, this is Carla again, I don't think that we've put any new signage in. There have been a lot of signage updates over the last few months. If there's a specific area that you think we can add more to, I'm happy to look at that and meet with you out there. So if you have some suggestions or ideas, let's have a little side chat.
Okay, other questions? All right, Lene.
So if I'm not mistaken, I think we already talked about this, about bringing a new signage on Bonifant, Georgia. So I was just hoping to see it anytime soon. By the time we get the new signage, probably the project will be over. So I just wanted to make sure it is in progress, because there's no way you can tell from Bonifant, Georgia, especially there's no crosswalk and things like that. That will be very helpful. I thought it was in a work, if I'm not mistaken, that we have talked about this thing.
I think we can definitely accommodate that. I will refocus and make sure that happens ASAP.
Yeah, will you please? Because I just wanted to say this. I was like 200% with Purple Line. Where I am at now, right now, I do not feel that Purple Line really trying to save small businesses that have been there for 25 years. And it's just the small things that Purple Line can help us to survive. The sidewalks is real bad. I'm still okay with Purple Line, but I'm to the point that I don't feel that as simple as a really good signage. So just, yeah.
Okay, we will do more signage. That's not a problem.
And I
All
can
right,
add,
thank you.
Lene, that we have frequently adjusted signage over there, and we do offer open for business signages, signs for folks who would like to put signs in their windows. So please contact us
Yeah,
if you need a sign.
of course, yeah. By the time it's really hard, I'm sure you guys walked in that Bonifant Street. People will not even come to Bonifant Street because it's not an easy street to come to Bonifant, to our shop. But if there is a way that you guys can put on the side of Bonifant in Georgia, that will be very helpful.
I'll take that action item. I'm sorry. If we committed to that, it fell off of my radar, so I will make sure it happens.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, other questions? Delegate Jarkudian.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to reinforce Lenny's comment, which because I have had conversations also with Carla and with many others about the signage there for really close to a year now. So that has been a commitment. It's been a commitment that business owners in the community have asked for, and I have amplified their request for it. And so it does seem like a pretty straightforward thing to do. So I'm wondering what the timeline would be that we could expect a resolution to that.
I'll design something. I've got to see like exactly where it can fit over there. And then we'll put something together, and then it's just going to take the time to get it through production. So probably a couple of weeks, maybe sooner.
Sure. Well, so just to remind you what the issue is there, and others who have businesses on that street are welcome to join in as well. But if you look at the signage, you see the big thing that closes the road. I can't remember what those things are called. There's a huge sign on it that says road closed, and then there's this tiny little sign in the corner that says businesses are open. And so at some point when we had this conversation, I asked if you could do a sign that's the same size as the sign that says road closed, if you could do businesses are open sort of in that same place and with the same sign. And I was told that there's the state law, federal law, best practices, whatever it is, that determines what traffic signs look like, and businesses are open is not a traffic sign. And so that's why it couldn't be designed in that same way, to which I said that was fine. But there needed to be a similarly noticeable sign, however that's done, with a banner or with whatever else it is, that doesn't sort of get buried in kind of everything that you see when you're looking at Bonifant. And that was the conversation that we had, where I was told, okay, you could design that. And that was, I'd have to look up the email chain, but it was several months ago. So it would be good if we could get a timeline commitment now, and I'm happy to continue talking to you offline. I know there's other people here from Fenton Village, and Lenny, I'm sure, would provide feedback as well. But that's really the issue, is it's the way, it's the size and the size and the visual of how you see road closed and how you don't see businesses are open for business. If you take a look at that, I think I've sent you a photo of it, Carla, in the past, but I can resend it to you.
Absolutely. I'll pick that back up and get that done ASAP.
Okay. Mr. Tall.
Thank you. Picking up on what Lenny and the delegate were talking about, I hope you caught that we need a sign on Georgia Avenue. More signs in front of the businesses along Bonifant Street won't do as much good. I mean, we certainly need them, but they won't do much good if people never turn from Georgia Avenue to come down Bonifant Street. So I hope you can get out there with some big signs, really something that people will see, not just a little sign. But I mean, it's going to be 4 more years, 24, 25, 26, 27 before the trains start running. We have a long time here. Let's come up with a sign that's going to help some businesses along that stretch. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you. Lenny, you have something else?
I just wanted to add this. I'm sure everybody understands these things. I work there. I myself don't feel like we're open. Like as a business owner, can you imagine people that who does not work there would not be able to tell business are open? If I get confused, can you imagine other people how they be confused? So really will help a lot.
Thank you for bringing that up. We hear you. Other questions? Other questions? Okay, well, seeing none, that concludes our CAT presentation. Remember, we will accept questions until October 17th at outreach@purpleLineMD. And you can sign up for construction notices at purplelinemd.com. For project questions and comments, contact us at Public Outreach. Our email address is outreach@purplelinemd.com, or you can call us at 443-451-3706 for English, or 443-451-3705 for Spanish. I'm now going to turn it back over to Project Director Ray Biggs II.
All right, thank you, Gary. So thank you, everyone, again, for attending our first CAT meeting of the fall. We very much appreciate all the questions, and all the ones that we weren't able to answer directly tonight. We will be sure to follow up with you ASAP to get those questions answered. We do hear the concerns, and in particular, about the businesses on Bonfire Street. We are looking into that to see how we might be able to assist in making sure that not only the constituents know that you're open, but that you too know that you're open, and that is very apparent. So we will work with that and work with Carla to get that addressed as quick as possible, and also to work to continue to address the safety and pedestrian concerns along in the area. So thank you for your questions, and have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you.